bungee jump before. Anyone heard my bungee jump story?
No.
You're sitting here? Huh?
Who do you think is the person who bungee jumps is a crazy person? I always think that people who bungee jump are crazy, irresponsible. Until I went on a New Zealand trip with my son at that time, 10 years old. We were on our way to Christchurch, I think, where they have a bay, a long bridge with a ravine and a river there. We were on our way to see bungee jumping. And the tour leader was asking for volunteers to jump. Did I volunteer? No, because I always think that people who bungee jump are crazy. There was this guy sitting 2 rows in front of me. He said, I want to bungee jump. Anyone to join me? No one said they wanted to join him. Then I don't know why, for some reason, he kept coming to me to join him to bungee jump. I said, no way. Please and please and please and please. And then 10 minutes before we reached, I said, okay, let's do it together. I then regretted my decision. Guess what? When we arrived, he said, I got no guts to jump. And the whole bus said, then you must jump, Patrick. You must jump. I was stuck between the devil and the deep blue sea. In the end, I said, okay, I will jump. And because at that time I was working in the travel industry, I took out my travel agent's card and said, can I have a discount? So, sure. Then I don't know why out of the blue, I decided that I don't want to get my clothes wet because I look at the water. It's a lot of water. Then I said, do you have any costume or any suit that I can borrow to wear? Yes, we have one. Santa Claus suit. I said, okay, I'll put it on. When I put it on, and I walk up, I think about 50 steps up to the point where it was supposed to jump. I looked down, and then I looked at my Santa Claus suit. I said, oh my God. You know, we Chinese believe that when you die in red, your soul will never be at peace. What did I get myself into? They asked me to weigh myself, so I stepped on the weighing scale. They have a scale, a chart. Then they said, do you want to touch the water or do you want to be immersed fully in the water? I said, I just want to touch the water. Then they look at the chart and then they tie the string around my 2 legs. I said, hey, will my knees give way or not? He said, oh, don't worry. You know what the rope made of? That bungee jump rope is actually a thick wound of rubber bands. It's actually rubber band wound together under high pressure. Then they said, okay, move up to the deck, like those diving board deck. Then they said, everybody, count. You'll count from 10 to 1. Let's count together. So you join me, okay? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You guess what happened?
No jump.
I stood there. Then I was wondering, should I jump? I didn't have the guts to jump. So I asked him, can you push me? No, you jump yourself. We'll count again. Then he said, everybody, once more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Jump!
And I jumped. It was the most exhilarating experience of my life. As I jumped, kids don't try it at home. As I jumped, it was really nice. And then as I reached the end of the rope, what happened? The rope elongated. stretched, and then I touched the water. The accuracy was quite good. My hands touched the water, but my head also went into the water. That's about it. My body didn't enter the water. And then, guess what happened after that? Went up again, because it's a rubber band. So it went up again. Then it went down again. Then I didn't touch the water. It went up again and down until I was hanging like a dead lizard. So then I was wondering, hey, what's going to happen? Then a boat came, and there were two men with a long stick. Then they lifted up the stick and asked me to hold on to the stick. And then they pulled me down to the boat and then they untied me. What is the lesson of this story? Why am I sharing with you this story? You know, the first time when they counted 10 to 1, and I didn't jump, and I asked him, can you push me? He said, no, you jump yourself. It was a great learning experience for me. Because many times, when we do things, we expect people to push us or nudge us. But sometimes we just have to take the step ourselves. Because not every time there is someone to nudge us. Whether it is in making a commitment for the club and all. And that's why Toastmasters, I see so many people all over the world. And after a while, it's quite sad sometimes when we forget about members. The club is about what? About making every member excel, to want to be the best that he or she is about. The club is not about points. The club is not about points in getting presidents distinguished. Yes, it's good to get presidents distinguished. The club is not about getting presidents distinguished for the club, for the area, for the division, for the district. So that the district governor can get a free trip to US. It's not about it. Okay? We can talk about making members better. But if we don't practice it, then it's all talk in the wind altogether. So remember, whatever we do, concentrate on quality. Concentrate on quality of every speech you make. If you concentrate on making the club meetings of high quality, every guest will want to sign up. When you concentrate on quality, quantity will follow. When you concentrate on quantity, quality flies because you are interested only in numbers and points. And that's not what it's all about. I remember when I joined Toastmasters, how old am I as a Toastmaster? Guess. Wei-Ling, guess how long have I been a Toastmaster?
You were the club sponsor for this club.
Yeah.
So, let's say about 30 years.
Not really. 22 years. I remember 22 years ago, we didn't have such a thing called email. And I was the VPE. Every time I got a fax to every member. Then to every member the program sheet. Then every now and then program changed my fax again. In the end I was so thorough. I went to program the fax machine, all the numbers. I went to learn how to program the fax machine so that one button it sends to all my members overnight. But it was tough. When we submitted educationals to TI, we had to fax. And then 2-3 years later, this thing called email came about, and it was great. So you all don't realize how lucky you all are. I remember I was the VPE of the club, and I decided to have this special program called CTM night. You would call it CC night today. And we have four Project 10 speeches. At that time, we have a thing called pass or fail.
Oh.
It means if your speech is not good enough, you fail, you redo, and redo, and redo. And I remember in Singapore there was this lawyer, Chinese lawyer. I have never met him, but I realized he is a guy who really slaughtered someone's speech. So I invited him, and because I'm the VP, I put myself last, let the rest speak first. So when he came on that day, he came up and I said, "Oh hi, I'm Patrick. You'll be evaluating me." You know what he said to me? "Patrick, after 3 inspirational speeches, how do you think you can inspire me?" I have never been that nervous until that night. And then when he introduced himself, he said, "Tonight I'm here to slaughter Patrick." Would you be nervous and shaking? That night, I gave my speech. I won the Best Speaker Award, and yet he asked me to redo my speech.
Oh.
I redo my speech the next meeting. I won the Best Speaker Award again, and the evaluator passed me. But it was good. Why? Because who is the one who benefited? He or me?
You.
I'm the one who benefited. Because he gave very, very good suggestions about my speech, how I can be more succinct, how I can be more organized. Today, we don't have a pass or fail system. We say, "Congratulations, you have completed the speech. You have met the speech objectives." But what happens if that guy never met the speech objectives? So I would say you have completed the speech, but I would advise you to represent it again. I did that recently. That guy never come back. I had to call him and explain to him and encourage him to come back. Then he came back. I remember once we had one Angmo in our club. Now today he's a very famous trainer. He came up for prepared speech. His theatrics very good. He came up for prepared speech and he said, "I didn't prepare this speech," and talk. So I was the evaluator. I came up and I said, "This is a prepared speech. It calls for some form of preparation. Whether you outline it, or you mind map it, or you write 3 points or 4 points and you will elaborate, that is a certain form of preparation." But because the speaker admitted that he didn't prepare, I would invite him to represent the speech. My evaluation was 30 seconds. I sat down. So remember, when it comes to prepared speeches, prepare your speeches. At one time, I used to go to Johor Bahru to help the Johorians, JB Toastmasters clubs and all. That was about 15, 16, 18 years ago. I must share with you how they excel to be such great speakers. Some of them, if you speak to them one-to-one, they speak broken English. Because some of them come from Sabah or Sarawak, where English is not the first language, or Kuching, or certain parts of Malaysia. Some of them speak good English because they are schooled in the missionary schools. But I can tell you, when they prepare the speeches, when they present the speeches, even without script, they present it so well. You know why? Because they write their speeches, they email to their mentors. Do you all have mentors?
Yes.
They email to the mentors correct the grammar for them. Usually I don't have time to correct grammar, unless it's through just a few words. And then, after that, they rewrite, they go to the mentor's house and practice. And I witnessed some of these practices. They practice and practice and practice. By the time they come up to speak, it was an almost perfect speech. Are you prepared? Are you prepared to do this? If you are prepared to do this, you will be a prolific speaker. I wish Money Mastery all the best. And I know the new committee, the blue team, will do very well for the next 1 year. And I know the record book at the end of June will be all blue marks. All the best.